Let's go to the fifth call.
I'm
Tony?
sorry about that. I mean, these phones are lighting up like crazy. Let me see. We have
By the grace of God. Excellent.
Excellent. Steve from Central Valley is right on
Steve in
there.
Central Valley, welcome to the show, my friend. What would you like to say?
Hey, George, how are you? I'm
well, sir, thanks.
Good. I'd like to expand on your earlier point regarding the unrest in the Middle East.
Yes.
And I'm definitely of the opinion that this is the straw that broke the camel's back. And when you think about it, you kind of listen to a lot of the right-wing talk shows, radio hosts here in America, and I know fascism is certainly not a word that you use lightly, but if you listen to the talk show crowd, they're making it like the problems that we're seeing now, the social unrest, et cetera, is due to the president's weakness, that America has to continue to flex its military strength, and somehow this massive social upheaval and anger towards America is singularly a result of what I consider a really, really bad movie. I saw it, by the way, and it was certainly anti-Islam. But the fact of the matter is, nobody says anything about the fact that we've murdered and slaughtered hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians in Iraq. Everybody is going bananas over the fact that 3 Americans were tragically killed, and they're already kind of sounding the alarms of calls for revenge, for going in and indiscriminately bombing. And I just think, as an American, it's become very, very frustrating to see my country kind of be led down this path over and over again. And getting back to my first comment about fascism, you know, they're rallying behind the fact that these people hate us for our freedom. They're burning our flags. See what they do. We go in, we liberate them, and how do they show their
How
gratitude?
do they repay us?
Yeah. See how they repay us.
It would be funny if it weren't tragic. Let's go back to the beginning. I acknowledged a moment ago the tremendous sacrifice and heroism of the American people in the great anti-fascist war, which finished in 1945. The problem is neither your country nor mine has fired an honorable shot since. Every shot that they've fired has been against the very principles that we claim to uphold. It has been in defense of empire, of one kind or another, in one theater after another. And the number of countries that have been attacked or invaded or occupied by the United States, usually with Britain in the tail, in the case of Vietnam not, is more than 50. More than 50 countries in just over 60 years, nearly 70 years. It's quite a dismal record. And when I hear people in my own country and in yours say, why do they hate us? I don't know whether to laugh or cry. These people are either too stupid to know that the reason that they hate us is the role that our countries have played in theirs and in the subjugation of them, in the backing of dictatorship, which has its iron heel on their necks, or we don't know that by supporting countries like Israel in their endless persecution of the Palestinian people, the wiping of Palestine off the map, the scattering to the 4 corners of the earth of the people of Palestine, they're either too stupid to know that or too venal to be able to walk in the other fellow's shoes, too venal to feel any empathy for the suffering of other people, don't you think?
Absolutely, and I will say just one final point, and maybe you could expand on it. But what's frightening is I'm very confident that a lot of the right-wing talk show radio crowd, like Sean Hannity as an example, are way too smart to really believe that this murder and burning of an embassy in Libya was something that just came out of nothing. That it was it was just.
Well, I don't know Sean Hannity. I do know that I challenged him to come on the radio with me once, and he ran away like a scared rabbit. And I issue that challenge again right now through the airwaves of WBAI. But you might be right in his case, but there are others that I think you're wrong about. They're just not smart. I mean, I was once on Bill O'Reilly's show. It's got quite a big number of hits on YouTube. And I formed the view that he was indeed stupid. I'm not sure how he manages to command a primetime television show other than his bigoted hatred and racism, which is dripping from every pore in his miserable face. Thanks very much indeed for that call. Tony, do we have another?
Yes, we do. And I was laughing here in the studio about the scared rabbit.
Yeah, Hannity, I challenged him live. I challenged him. Come on the phone now. And he was listening, but he wouldn't come on the phone.
But aren't you insulting?
Like most bullies, Tony. At heart, he's a coward. These people get their platform and they beat up the most vulnerable, the most defenseless. They beat up the weakest in our society and in the societies of others. But as we say, if you'll forgive it, in the British parlance, they don't like it up 'em. They don't like it up 'em. They like sticking it up other people. The bayonet, I mean. But they don't like it themselves. And they're not prepared to risk it themselves. And I'm a short sword fighter. And I'll fight any of these people anytime. Go ahead, Tone.
All
Give
right.
me the next one.
Next one is going to be Mohammed out of Staten